A social issue that greatly impacts the world is depression. Depression cannot be exactly defined, but the dictionary defines depression as severe despondency and dejection, typically felt over a long period of time and accompanied by feelings of hopelessness and inadequacy. Basically, it's a period of time when you feel down and useless. Depression has caused several health issues and has become a trend in our society. You may be wondering what causes depression. Well, a number of things lead to this problem, such as stress. Stress is something that we face every day, whether in school, at work, or just carrying on daily activities. We often struggle with trying to prevent stress, so eventually it leads to this bigger idea of depression. Someone could also undergo depression because of difficult life changes or medical problems. All this leads to depression, and most of the time, it is beyond our control because our feelings may get the best of us. Are you aware of some of the signs that cause depression? Well, these signs may include thoughts of suicide or suicide attempts, overeating or appetite loss, loss of interest in hobbies, or maybe feeling guilty, worthless, or helpless, etc. If you're experiencing any of these signs, or someone else is, over a long period of time, then it could mean you are depressed. There are some precautions that you should take in order to stop this from escalating into something larger, which I will mention later. Depression also happens to people that are of a higher class than us, such as celebrities. For example, actor and comedian Robin Williams recently committed suicide because of depression. Another well-known singer, Whitney Houston, suffered from abuse in her relationship, which led her to becoming depressed. In result, she later died with the contributing factors of drug abuse and accidental drowning. As you can see, people who we thought were perfectly fine, had nothing worrying them, and seemed very happy, actually are greatly affected by this cause. Depression can happen to anyone, not just your regular everyday person. There are a plethora of things that result from depression. Some people tend to eat more when they are depressed, which leads to obesity. Meanwhile, others eat less because they are depressed, which causes anorexia. Depression can cause you to perform poorly at school, at work, and it could push you to misuse drugs and commit suicide. Studies have shown that there are 30,000 to 35,000 suicides per year in the United States. Many of these come from the state of being depressed. Basically, this issue sets other larger problems within our society. Lastly, how can you prevent depression or help yourself from being depressed? Well, in order to stop these larger scale concerns from happening, there are a number of approaches for you to take, such as talking to someone about it, trying to make yourself happier, replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts, or setting goals for yourself. Eventually, you should be able to prevent yourself from being depressed. Additionally, you may ask, how can you help preclude depression from others around you? You can offer emotional support and understanding, basically just listening to this person and how he or she feels, and suggesting new ways or ideas to help them feel better as a person. Overall, in conclusion, depression comes from numerous things. It's up to us to help the ones around us and, most importantly, ourselves. By doing so, we can overall decrease the number in which depression occurs and lower the rate of deaths caused from it. Let's put an end to this major problem to better ourselves as a whole. Depression is not a sign of weakness. It means you have been strong for far too long. Unknown.